Well, this had overnight to dry in the mold, and I changed it out some of the clamps with some sticks today at lunch, and now it's in the evening after I got done working. So I've actually gone ahead and made the end blocks. You can see the tail block is not glued in, but it is clamped in. And the neck block is just sitting up here, but it's ready to be clamped in. And I think I'm ready to glue them in. I did make sure I have really small center line marks so I can get these centered. I took off a little bit that I shouldn't need, and I'm going to sand the corners on this one. I did it on the tail, but I didn't do it on the neck block. Should be good. So I think we're ready to glue those in. Once I get those glued in, I'm going to try to get rid of most of these clamps so that I can start gluing in the, the lining that you glue the top to. So I'm going to go get some glue ready and a paintbrush ready. We're going to glue these in. After a little bit of creative board placement, I got rid of all the clamps in the way of putting this on. So I've got the clothespins out, and I'm going to go ahead and start clamping this in. As soon as I put glue on it. It's an important step. So since my top sat overnight, I've pulled it out and I've got the scraper and I've started kind of scraping the seam to get any of that extra glue off. I have a little bit of glue in a couple other places, but mostly scraping the seam. I'm not sure if I'm gonna cut this top out tonight. It's getting a little late. I probably have time if I wanted to though. This side's a bit of a mess. Well, I'll give you an idea of what it's taken to get this clean. I'm going to scrape this down and then I'm going to sand it. I'm not sure with what yet, but I'm going to sand it after I get it scraped good. Hopefully get this all cleaned up. Then I'll think about getting the template out and drawing on a guitar top. Well, I've got the template back out. I'm thinking this is going to be my outside. Setting her down, getting her lined up. This is the same Martin D28 template that Jerry uses. I think it's good. I'm going to I don't know what I'm going to do. I'd like to kind of set something on here so it doesn't move. But I don't think it's going to happen. So I'm probably just going to very carefully, very carefully draw around this with the, we use the thick Sharpie so that we have a thicker line, and then we cut it to the outside of the line. That way we know we have enough play, I guess. There's enough margin of error to get it to fit well on the body. So, I guess here we go. Seemed to work. Now I'm going to take the thinner Sharpie and do the center hole to the best of my ability. There's roughly what it's going to look like. Well, we're over at the bandsaw. I think I'm getting brave enough to cut this out. It's a little stressful because this is the only one of these I have. This is an expensive piece of wood. And mistakes are easy to make. Covering up mistakes is much more difficult. But I guess here we go. Not bad. There's a couple spots where it's a little wide, but no place is it too small, and that's much better than the alternative, at least. I was trying to get it all in one cut, so I didn't have to, cut any pieces off. I was running into stuff, the vacuum and this. So, I didn't get it all in one cut, but this is good nonetheless. So, it's now the next day. Today was the first live shop talk with Jerry, and if you watched that, you saw my guitar top, the top for this guitar. I took the clothespins off this morning, but I didn't take any of the other clamps off, so I'm going to start unclamping this now. I am going to have to flip this over here real soon so we can work on the top, because this is actually the back, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to take off the superfluous ones first. ones that were just helping glue it in. I don't know what this is going to be like trying to take this out. I've not had to do it before. Now what I need to do is flip this whole thing over. So I gotta take it out of the mold, flip it over, and put it back in the mold. The mold just helps hold everything into shape, especially when you're putting this on for the first time. Alright. I wonder if I shouldn't take these out, or if it's gonna totally lose shape if I take these out. I'd like to say it was easy to get to this point. I'd like to say it, but I can't. I've started to get the next side to move up and down a little bit. Well, it did. You might be able to see it's lifted. Now the tail is being stubborn. There we go. It's coming. Okay, I am a little afraid of taking this out. Because I'm a little afraid I take this out and it's just gonna, you know, kind of explode. Let's hope it doesn't do that. Maybe we'll keep a hold on the Well, it didn't explode. It just exploded a little bit. Well, that's probably not the right terminology. It got a little bit bigger. And now I'm kind of seeing why it didn't want to come out. There's a little bit of glue in there. Shouldn't be a problem. It's going to be on the top now. Alright, now to get it back in the mold. So the top is flat all the way across, whereas the back kind of angles up and gets smaller at the next side. Well, and I'm talking about is the sides. On the sides, the top is totally flat, whereas where the sides join the back, it gets thinner towards the neck. So basically what I needed to do when I got this back in here was just make sure I was level, more or less. And so that's what I did. So, you know, these two are level, and I checked this way. We're still pretty level. And this way. And I think that's going to be close enough to, you know. So I'm just going to leave it like this. It's in the mold enough. What I can work on now is I do want to get the armrest ready before I go much further. You know, I want to have this in before Jerry usually does, because usually he isn't sure he's going to put it in yet. Well, I'm going to get the armrest ready, I think, as well as get the kerf for the rest of this. Alright, so I've got the lining to go in the top now. I was thinking about something. No, I got it. I'm ready to go. I got all my clothespins sitting right here. As soon as I get the glue,